Stop. Before you go any further, I need you to understand something. What you're about to hear in the next 60 minutes will either change your life completely or you'll ignore it and stay exactly where you are. The choice is yours. But here's what I know. You didn't click on this by accident. Something inside you is tired of being mentally fragile, tired of overthinking, tired of breaking under pressure, tired of feeling controlled by fear, doubt, and other people's opinions. That version of you, it ends today. By the end of this audiobook, you're going to understand something powerful. Why some people collapse under pressure while others become stronger. Why some minds can be manipulated, distracted, and broken while others cannot. And most importantly, how to build a mind that nothing can shake. Not through fake confidence, not through positive affirmations that don't last, but through deep psychological rewiring. This is not motivation that fades by tomorrow. This is transformation that builds every single day. You're about to learn how to master the voice inside your head that sabotages you. How to stay calm when everyone around you is losing control. How to become emotionally bulletproof. How to stop caring what people think without becoming cold. How to build unbreakable discipline. How to reprogram your entire identity from the inside out. But listen carefully. The biggest enemy you'll ever face isn't outside you. It's the untrained mind inside you. That voice that whispers, "You're not ready. You're not good enough. What if you fail? What will people think?" That voice has cost you more than any external enemy ever could. It's cost you opportunities you were qualified for, relationships you deserved, peace you should have felt, confidence you could have owned. And if you don't take control of that voice today, right now, it will steal the next 10 years of your life the same way it stole the last 10. This audiobook is divided into 20 chapters. Each chapter is a weapon. Each weapon strengthens your mind. We're going deep. From the silent war happening inside your head right now, to the moment you become so mentally powerful that nothing, absolutely nothing, can break you. Some chapters will feel uncomfortable. That's when transformation is happening. Some chapters will make you pause. That's when truth is sinking in. And when you reach chapter 20, you won't be the same person who pressed play. One more thing before we begin. If you want more audiobooks like this, deep, powerful, life-changing content that actually transforms you, subscribe to Echoverse Audiobooks and hit the notification bell. I release new audiobooks every single week. Your journey to becoming mentally unshakable starts now. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Silent War Inside You. Picture this. This morning, someone woke up to their alarm. They had work to do, goals to chase, life to live. But they couldn't get out of bed. Not because they were tired, but because a voice inside their head whispered, "What's the point?" At the exact same time, in another part of the world, someone else woke up to the same alarm. Same responsibilities, same challenges, same pressure. But their inner voice said something different. Let's handle this. Same world, same human biology, completely different outcomes. What's the difference? The difference is this. Every person alive is fighting two battles. The outer battle with work, money, people, problems, and the inner battle with fear, doubt, overthinking, and self-imposed limitations. Here's the truth most people never realize. You don't lose because life is hard. You lose because your inner voice defeats you long before reality ever tries. Let me say that again. Your mind destroys dreams that reality never touched. Think about it. How many times have you not applied for the job because you convinced yourself you weren't qualified? How many times have you not started the project because you told yourself it wouldn't work? How many times have you not spoken up because you feared judgment? How many times have you stayed stuck not because you couldn't move, but because your mind told you to stay? The mind that should protect you creates fear. The mind that should guide you confuses you. The mind that should lift you up pulls you down. And here's the hard truth you need to accept. Your mind is not naturally strong. Your mind is naturally scared. It's designed for survival, not greatness. It looks for danger, not opportunity. It avoids pain, not growth. It responds to fear faster than it responds to courage. This is why people live in endless cycles of overthinking, self-doubt, procrastination, anxiety, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of change, fear of being not enough. Your untrained mind will always choose the easiest path unless you teach it to choose the strongest path. The outer world is not your enemy. Your untrained mind is. Once you understand this, truly understand this, you realize something life-changing. The war is not outside. The war is inside. And when you win the inner war, the outer world cannot defeat you. This is where the unshakable mind is born. Right here, right now, in this moment. When you stop blaming circumstances and start training your mind. Chapter 2. Control what you feed your mind. Let me ask you something. If you fed your body poison every single day, junk food, toxic substances, garbage, what would happen? You'd get sick, you'd lose energy, your body would break down. Everyone knows this, but here's what most people don't realize. Your mind works the exact same way. Every single day, whether you realize it or not, your mind is being shaped by what you watch, what you listen to, what you scroll through, what you think about, who you spend time with, what conversations you engage in, what content you consume. And just like your body becomes what you eat, your mind becomes what you feed it. You feed it fear, you become fearful. You feed it doubt, you become hesitant. You feed it comparison, you lose your self-worth. You feed it drama, you live in chaos. You feed it negativity, you become bitter. You feed it weakness, you become breakable. But the opposite is also true. You feed it courage, you become bold. You feed it discipline, you become unstoppable. You feed it truth, you become clear. You feed it silence, you become wise. You feed it strength, you become unshakable. People don't become weak overnight. They become weak through repeated exposure to distractions, negative input, comparison, gossip, fear-based media, drama, mental noise, day after day, week after week, year after year, until weakness becomes their default state. Think about a warrior preparing for battle. He doesn't train only on the day of war. He trains daily. He feeds his body properly. He sharpens his weapons. He strengthens his mind. You cannot expect a strong mind if you feed it weakness every single day. So let me ask you directly. What are you feeding your mind right now? Are you feeding it content that makes you stronger or weaker? Are you feeding it thoughts that empower you or limit you? Are you feeding it environments that build you or break you? Most people never ask this question. They wonder why they're anxious, distracted, insecure, and mentally exhausted. But they scroll through negativity for hours. They consume fear-based news before bed. They surround themselves with people who drain them. They replay their failures in their mind on repeat. And then they ask, why am I not strong? Your life does not change when circumstances change. Your life changes when your mental input changes. Starting today, you need to become the gatekeeper of your own mind. You decide what enters. You decide what stays. You decide what grows. If it weakens you, cut it off. If it distracts you, eliminate it. If it drains you, distance yourself. Nothing in your life will ever be stronger than what you repeatedly feed your mind. Protect your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. Chapter 3. Master your inner voice. Close your eyes for a second. Now listen. Do you hear it? That voice inside your head. The one that's commenting on everything. The one that narrates your life. The one that judges, doubts, criticizes, and sometimes encourages. That voice is the most powerful force in your life. Your inner voice is either your greatest weapon or your greatest prison. And here's the truth. Most people lose, not because someone else defeated them, but because their inner voice defeated them long before the world even tried. Their inner voice says, you're not ready. You don't deserve it. You'll probably fail. People will judge you. What if it goes wrong? You're not good enough. And without questioning it, without testing it, without challenging it, they surrender their entire future to a voice that isn't even telling the truth. Let me say something that might shock you. Your inner voice is not a fact. Your inner voice is a reflection of your conditioning. If you grew up hearing you're not enough, your inner voice echoes that. If your past was filled with failure, your inner voice expects failure. If you were surrounded by fear, your inner voice speaks fear. If the people around you thought small, your inner voice became small. But here's the powerful part. Your inner voice is not permanent. It can be retrained. It can be rewritten. It can be reprogrammed. It can be transformed. The unshakable mind is built when you turn your inner voice into your greatest ally, not your enemy. Instead of a voice that tears you down, you build a voice that builds you up. Instead of, I can't do this, you say, I'm learning how to do this. Instead of, I'm not good enough, you say, I'm becoming better every day. Instead of, what if I fail, you say, what if I succeed? Instead of, people will judge me, you say, people's opinions don't define me. Instead of, I'm scared, you say, I feel fear, but I move forward anyway. This is not toxic positivity. This is not lying to yourself. This is training your inner voice to speak truth instead of fear. Because here's what happens when you master your inner voice. You stop sabotaging yourself. You stop hesitating. You stop shrinking. You stop apologizing for existing. You start moving with confidence. You start making decisions faster. You start trusting yourself more. You start living like someone who knows their worth. Your life follows the direction of your loudest internal voice. If your inner voice is weak, your life becomes weak. If your inner voice is powerful, your life becomes powerful. Starting today, you need to take full ownership of the voice inside your head. Listen to it, question it, challenge it, reprogram it. Because once your inner voice becomes unshakable, nothing outside of you can break you. Pause for a moment. If you're still here, if you're still listening, you've already made a choice that most people don't make. You've chosen growth over distraction. That choice matters more than you realize. Let's keep building. Chapter 4. The Art of Unemotional Clarity. Here's something nobody teaches you. Emotions are not instructions. Let me say that again. Emotions are not instructions. Emotions are signals. Emotions are temporary. Emotions are weather. They come, they pass, they shift, they disappear. But most people treat emotions like commands. I feel tired, so I should stop. I feel afraid, so I shouldn't try. I feel uncertain, so I shouldn't move. I feel uncomfortable, so I should go back. This is why their lives never move forward. They trust emotions more than clarity. They trust temporary feelings more than long-term truth. Listen carefully. Emotions are not truth. Clarity is truth. Emotions tell you about the moment. Clarity tells you about the mission. If you allow emotions to control your decisions, your life will swing like a pendulum. One day you'll wake up inspired and feel like you can conquer the world. The next day you'll wake up empty and want to empty and want to quit everything. Unshakable people do not operate this way. They feel emotions. They acknowledge emotions, but they do not obey emotions. Instead, they ask one question. What is the truth beneath this feeling? Feeling tired? The truth might be, I need rest. Or the truth might be, I'm avoiding responsibility. Feeling afraid? The truth might be, this is dangerous. Or the truth might be, this is important. And fear is lying. Feeling discouraged? The truth might be, I'm not making progress. Or the truth might be, progress is slow and I'm being impatient. Feeling uncertain? The truth might be, I don't have enough information. Or the truth might be, I'm uncomfortable because this is new. Emotional maturity is not suppressing your emotions. Emotional maturity is separating emotions from decisions. When you master this skill, when you learn to feel without reacting, your mind becomes a fortress. Other people's moods can't control you. Unexpected events can't destroy you. Your own fluctuations can't confuse you. You move through life with the focus of a surgeon, the stillness of a monk, the precision of an archer, the clarity of someone who knows exactly who they are and what they're building. When clarity leads and emotions follow, your mind becomes unshakable. Chapter 5. Detach from what you cannot control. Do this with me right now. Make a fist. Squeeze it tight. Hold it. Feel that tension, that strain in your muscles, that discomfort. That's what it feels like to try to control everything in your life. Now open your hand, palm up, relaxed. Feel the difference? That's detachment. Same hand, different power. One grip exhausts you, the other frees you. Weak minds break because they try to control everything. I need everyone to like me. I need things to go exactly as planned. I need people to behave the way I expect. I need life to be fair. I need no one to doubt me. I need approval before I move. But here's reality. People might not like you. Plans will fall apart. Life will throw chaos. People will disappoint you. Timing will be off. Fairness doesn't exist. A breakable mind expects the world to bend around its comfort. An unshakable mind expects nothing from the world and everything from itself. The strongest people in the world share one psychological superpower: radical detachment, not cold, emotionless detachment, but centered, grounded detachment that says, I control my effort, not the outcome. I control my discipline, not other people's opinions. I control my reaction, not the event. I control my choices, not life's timing. I control my peace, not the chaos around me. This single shift turns ordinary people into giants. Because the moment you stop trying to control what isn't yours to control, your mind becomes free. Free from anxiety, free from overthinking, free from pressure, free from disappointment, free from unrealistic expectations. Imagine the difference. A weak mind says, this person must respect me or I lose myself. An unshakable mind says, they choose their behavior, I choose my peace. A weak mind says, life must go according to my plan. An unshakable mind says, life will do what it does, I'll adapt faster than it can shake me. A weak mind says, I need everyone to understand me. An unshakable mind says, not everyone is meant to understand me, I only need to understand myself. This is why detachment creates unstoppable strength. When nothing outside you is required for you to stay centered, nothing outside you can break you. Let the world change. Let people shift. Let plans fall apart. Let circumstances twist. You remain still. You remain grounded. You remain unmoved. Because your peace is not borrowed from the world. It is built from within. Chapter 6. The Power of Mental Fasting. Let me ask you something. What did you do in the first 10 minutes after you woke up today? Did you check your phone, scroll through social media, read the news, check notifications? If you did, and most people do, you started your day by filling your mind with other people's thoughts, problems, and agendas before you even checked in with your own. Your mind is not weak. Your mind is overfed. Just like your body gets sick when you constantly feed it junk, your mind becomes sick when you constantly feed it mental junk. Opinions, gossip, arguments, drama, notifications, fear-based news, comparison, meaningless stimulation, emotional noise. And then you wonder, why am I mentally exhausted? Why is my focus gone? Why do I feel anxious? Why is my confidence unstable? Why can't I think clearly? The answer is simple. Your brain was not designed to process the entire world's emotions every single hour. This is why powerful people practice something most people never do: mental fasting. Just like your body resets when you stop eating for a period, your mind resets when you stop consuming for a period. Mental fasting means no social media, no news, no gossip, no notifications, no scrolling, no arguments, no entertainment consumption, no external noise. For hours, for a day, for a weekend, for however long your mind needs to heal. And here's what happens during mental fasting. When the noise stops, clarity appears. When the noise stops, your thoughts sharpen. When the noise stops, your intuition speaks. When the noise stops, your confidence returns. When the noise stops, anxiety melts away. When the noise stops, you remember who you actually are. Clarity is not created. Clarity is revealed. It's always been inside you, but it was buried under layers and layers of noise. Mental fasting removes the noise, and what remains is your true voice, your real priorities, your actual desires, your authentic self. Unshakable minds are not full minds. They are disciplined minds. They keep only what strengthens them. They eliminate everything that weakens them. Starting today, I want you to experiment. Pick one day this week. No phone for the first hour after waking. No social media for 24 hours. No news consumption. Just silence. Just you. Just your thoughts. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. That discomfort is proof of how addicted you've become to noise. But push through it. Because on the other side of that discomfort is something rare. Mental freedom. Once your mind experiences true quiet, it becomes nearly impossible for the world to shake it again. Silence is your weapon. Stillness is your power. Mental fasting is your reset button. Use it. Chapter 7. The discipline of your future self. Every single one of us lives with two versions of ourselves. The current self, emotional, reactive, comfort-seeking, distracted. The future self, clear, disciplined, powerful, focused, and every single day you make a choice. Which version of yourself will you serve? Your current self wants to sleep in. Your future self wants to wake up early and build. Your current self wants to scroll. Your future self wants to read, learn, and grow. Your current self wants comfort. Your future self wants progress. Your current self wants to avoid discomfort. Your future self knows discomfort builds strength. Your current self wants instant relief. Your future self wants long-term results. Most people never rise, not because they lack ambition, but because they keep betraying their future self for the comfort of their current self. Let me show you what I mean. You already know the version of you that you want to become. Mentally strong, emotionally calm, confident, disciplined, focused, clear, unshakable. That version of you is real. It's not fantasy, it's not impossible, it's waiting for you. But it will never appear if you keep feeding the impulses of your weaker self. Here's the most powerful question you can ask yourself every single day. What would my future self do right now? Your future self doesn't snooze the alarm. Your current self does. Your future self plans the day with intention. Your current self reacts to whatever happens. Your future self controls emotions. Your current self is controlled by emotions. Your future self trains the mind daily. Your current self distracts the mind daily. Your future self walks into rooms with quiet confidence. Your current self walks in seeking validation. The unshakable mind is born the moment you stop living as your current self and start acting as your future self. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, today, right now, in this very moment. Your future self is not waiting for perfect conditions. Your future self creates the conditions, one decision at a time, one discipline at a time, one choice at a time. And over time, those choices compound into the most powerful thing you'll ever build, an identity that cannot be shaken. Your future self is calling. The question is, when will you start answering? Chapter 8. The mind that does not break under pressure. Let me tell you something about pressure. Pressure does not break you. Pressure reveals you. Anyone can look strong when life is easy. Anyone can stay calm when nothing is at stake. Anyone can act confident when everything is going well. But true mental strength reveals itself when plans collapse. Money gets tight. People disappoint you. Health declines. Chaos surrounds you. Uncertainty takes over. Pressure becomes unbearable. This is where weak minds collapse. And this is where unshakable minds emerge. There are three types of people during pressure. The breakable mind, they panic. They spiral emotionally. They react without thinking. They blame everything and everyone. They look for escape. They collapse under their own fear. The temporarily strong mind, they act confident at first. But when pressure lasts longer than expected, they crumble. They rely on motivation, not discipline. And when motivation fades, they fade. The unshakable mind, they adapt, they breathe, they stabilize. They think clearly in the middle of chaos. They make decisions based on truth, not panic. This is the mind you are building right now. Let me tell you how unshakable minds operate under pressure. Step 1. They pause. While everyone else is reacting emotionally, the unshakable mind takes a breath, creates space, refuses to be rushed into panic. Step 2. They detach. They step back mentally. They observe the situation instead of absorbing it. They see what's happening without becoming what's happening. Step 3, they ask clarity questions. What is actually happening right now? What are the facts, not the fears? What is in my control? What is the strongest response I can make? Step 4, they respond with precision, not with emotion, not with panic, not with chaos, but with calm, calculated, intentional action. The untrained mind reacts. The unshakable mind responds. The untrained mind fears the worst. The unshakable mind sees what is real. The untrained mind becomes emotional. The unshakable mind becomes precise. Here's what you need to understand. Pressure is not your enemy. Pressure is the forge that creates your mental steel. Every time you stay calm when others panic, you become stronger. Every time you make a clear decision under chaos, you become wiser. Every time you control your emotions when everything is falling apart, you become unshakable. The mind becomes unbreakable by being tested, stretched, pressured, and controlled through discipline. One day, sooner than you think, you will stand in the middle of absolute chaos and feel something rare, calm. Not because the chaos disappeared, but because your mind is no longer controlled by it. That is the unshakable mind. Chapter 9. The Law of Unbothered Strength. One of the greatest powers an unshakable mind possesses is something simple but rare. Being unbothered. Not careless, not cold, not numb, but deeply, powerfully grounded. So grounded that the noise of the world cannot displace your inner peace. Being unbothered is a state where reactions disappear, triggers dissolve, emotional turbulence ends, the outside world stops hijacking your inner world. Imagine this. Someone insults you and you feel nothing. Someone doubts you and you do not shrink. Someone misunderstands you and you do not chase validation. Someone competes with you and you stay in your lane. Someone leaves your life and you remain whole. Someone tries to provoke you and you stay still. Someone talks behind your back and you stay unshaken. This is not arrogance. This is mental sovereignty. The weak mind needs external approval to feel secure. The unshakable mind is self-approved. The weak mind is reactive to everything. The unshakable mind is intentional about everything. The weak mind is easily threatened. The unshakable mind feels secure from within. Here's the truth. Nobody can bother you once you truly understand yourself. Your triggers disappear when you outgrow the insecurities behind them. You are no longer affected when you know your worth. You know your path. You know your mission. You know your value. You know your strength. You know your truth. When you know these things with absolute certainty, other people lose power over you. Their opinions feel small. Their negativity feels irrelevant. Their judgments feel meaningless. Their behavior feels like background noise. Because you no longer operate from emotional hunger. You operate from internal fullness. Being unbothered is not indifference. It's mastery. Mastery over your reactions. Mastery over your emotions. Mastery over your self-worth. Mastery over your inner world. This is the level where the world cannot shake you because you do not allow it to enter you. Someone is angry, you stay calm. Someone is insecure, you stay confident. Someone is negative, you stay neutral. Someone is jealous, you stay grounded. Someone is dramatic, you stay distant. Someone is chaotic, you stay structured. Why? Because emotionally mature people filter everything before letting it enter their mind. They ask, is this mine or theirs? Does this matter or is this noise? Will this help me or harm me? And when something doesn't pass the filter, it doesn't get in. This is unbothered strength. This is mental freedom. This is the mind of royalty. Not someone who rules others, but someone who rules themselves.
Chapter 10. The Power of Isolated Growth. There will come a time in your journey when life becomes quiet, not because you have no one, but because you are being prepared. During these seasons, most people feel uncomfortable, they feel lonely, they feel left out, abandoned, forgotten. But listen to me very carefully. Isolation is not punishment. Isolation is preparation. Every great leader, warrior, thinker, and creator went through a phase of isolation. Because when you're surrounded by noise, opinions, distractions, and familiar patterns, you cannot hear your own voice. You cannot reinvent yourself. You cannot rise to the next level. Growth requires silence, transformation requires solitude, evolution requires distance. There is a version of you that only appears when the world disappears. In isolation, your inner voice becomes louder. Your vision becomes clearer, your purpose becomes sharper. Your insecurities surface so you can destroy them. Your true potential rises without interruption. Most people run from isolation. Unshakable people enter it willingly because they understand something profound. The person who walks into isolation is not the person who walks out. Isolation rebuilds you. It strengthens you. It burns the weak parts of you. It separates you from who you were and prepares you for who you are becoming. If life has pulled you into silence right now, if people have drifted away, if your circle has shrunk, if you're spending more time alone, do not fear it. Do not fight it. Do not resist it. Sit with it. Grow in it, transform within it, because you are not being isolated. You are being upgraded. The world will meet the new you when the work is complete. Chapter 11, the inner fortress of self-respect. Let me tell you about one of the most underrated forces behind an unshakable mind, self-respect. You cannot have mental strength if you constantly betray your own worth. You cannot have clarity if you let people walk over you. You cannot have peace if you break your boundaries to keep others comfortable. Self-respect is not arrogance. Self-respect is not ego. Self-respect is not selfishness. Self-respect is the foundation upon which you build your entire mental world. Without self-respect, people drain you. People use you. People ignore your needs. People mistake your kindness for weakness. People control your choices. People shape your identity. People dictate your emotions. And slowly, quietly, painfully, your mind breaks from within. But when you have self-respect, everything shifts. You stop chasing, you stop begging, you stop tolerating disrespect. You stop explaining your worth to people who can't see it. You stop seeking validation from people who don't value you. You stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that weren't made for you. Instead, you communicate clearly. You set boundaries confidently. You walk away peacefully. You choose yourself unapologetically. You protect your energy fiercely. You keep your standards high consistently. Self-respect creates mental freedom because once you respect yourself, you stop being controlled by the fear of losing others. You realize something life-changing. The only person you truly lose when you lose self-respect is yourself. And without yourself, you have nothing. Self-respect makes you calm, centered, grounded, confident, emotionally stable, mentally unshakable. Not because life becomes easy, but because you stop accepting anything that weakens your inner world. You don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to argue endlessly. You simply let your standards speak for you. And nothing is stronger than a mind that refuses to betray itself. Chapter 12, the strength of moving in silence. The world has taught people to be loud, to announce their goals, to share their plans, to show every step publicly, to display progress for validation. But the unshakable mind does not operate this way. Strong people do not move loudly. Strong people move silently, not because they're hiding, not because they fear competition, not because they're insecure, but because they understand one of the greatest psychological truths. Silence protects your power. When you move in silence, people cannot sabotage your plans. People cannot discourage your dreams. People cannot interfere with your direction. People cannot dilute your vision with their doubt. People cannot drain your energy with their opinions. People cannot imitate what they cannot see. People cannot judge what they do not know. People cannot create expectations you never agreed to. Silence gives you freedom to build without pressure, without comparison, without noise. Noise is a distraction. Noise is a burden. Noise is a risk, but silence. Silence is strategy. Silence is protection. Silence is strength. Silence is maturity. Silence is wisdom. Silence is power. The things you build quietly last the longest. The goals you chase quietly reach the fastest. The growth you work on quietly becomes the deepest. People cannot ruin what they cannot predict. People cannot stop what they cannot see. People cannot judge what they do not know. People cannot interfere with what you guard. Silence is not weakness. Silence is sovereignty. And one day you will emerge, not as someone who talked about transformation, but as someone who became it. Chapter 13, the warrior is calm. Strength is not loud. Strength is not aggressive. Strength is not frantic. Strength is calm. When a weak mind faces difficulty, it shakes. When an average mind faces difficulty, it reacts. When an unshakable mind faces difficulty, something rare happens. It becomes calm. This is not passive calm. This is not sleepy calm. This is not avoidant calm. This is warrior calm, a silence full of precision, focus, and clarity. Warrior calm says, I see the problem, I feel the pressure, but I choose strength. Warrior calm says, I will respond with intention, not with fear. Warrior calm says, this storm will not break me because I am the storm. This calm is not natural. It is trained. It is earned. It is forged through repetition, exposure, experience, discipline, breath mastery, thought mastery, emotional mastery. Warrior calm is built every time you do not react emotionally. Every time you choose patience over panic, every time you breathe instead of explode, every time you observe instead of absorb, every time you respond instead of react, your mind becomes more unshakable. True mental strength is not loud confidence. It is quiet composure. When the world becomes chaotic, the unshakable mind becomes still. When the world becomes emotional, the unshakable mind becomes clear. When the world becomes urgent, the unshakable mind becomes deliberate. Calm is power. Calm is dominance. Calm is mastery. Because the person who stays calm controls the direction of everything around them. In every room, in every situation, in every conflict, in every challenge, people follow the calm mind because the calm mind sees what others cannot. This is warrior calm, and once you master it, nothing, absolutely nothing, can shake you. Chapter 14, the power of saying no. Most people's minds are weak not because of what they face, but because their lives are full of things their heart never agreed to. Weakness does not always come from fear. Often weakness comes from yes. Yes to distractions. Yes to obligations you do not want. Yes to people who drain you. Yes to responsibilities that break you. Yes to expectations that do not belong to you. Yes to every request, every demand, every pressure, every interruption, until your mind collapses under the weight of 1,000 unnecessary burdens. Your mind cannot be unshakable if your life is overcrowded. Strength requires space. Focus requires space. Clarity requires space. Healing requires space. Growth requires space, and the only way to create space is through one of the hardest skills: saying no. Not politely avoiding, not silently tolerating, not secretly resenting. Saying no with full ownership and full clarity. No, this does not align with my priorities. No, I cannot give my energy to this. No, I will not sacrifice my peace for this. No, this is not the right time. No, this is not good for my growth. No, I choose myself. People fear saying no because they fear losing others. But here's the truth. When you stop saying yes to everything, you stop losing yourself. Your life begins to reflect your desires, your boundaries, your direction, your inner strength. Saying no is not rude. It is responsible. Saying no is not selfish. It is self-respect. Saying no is not dismissal. It is clarity. A person who cannot say no gets used by the world. A person who learns to say no commands the world. The unshakable mind does not accept every invitation, every demand, every expectation. It chooses, and that choice becomes power. Chapter 15, the art of emotional immunity. There is physical immunity when the body becomes resistant to disease. And there is emotional immunity when the mind becomes resistant to negativity. Most people are emotionally fragile because they absorb too much. They absorb other people's moods. They absorb other people's insecurities. They absorb other people's drama. They absorb other people's judgments. They absorb every comment, every tone, every opinion, every conflict. And slowly, their inner world becomes infected by emotions that were never theirs. Not every emotion you feel belongs to you. Sometimes you're tired, not because of your work, but because of someone else's energies. Sometimes you're anxious, not because of your thoughts, but because of someone else's negativity. Sometimes you're discouraged, not because you failed, but because of someone else's disbelief. Sometimes you're stressed, not because of your responsibilities, but because of someone else's chaos. This is why emotional immunity is essential for an unshakable mind. Emotional immunity means you do not absorb moods, you do not absorb drama, you do not absorb insecurity, you do not absorb negativity, you do not absorb projections, you do not absorb fear, you do not absorb pressure. Instead, you remain centered in your own emotional truth. Here's how emotionally immune minds operate. Someone is angry, you stay calm. Someone is insecure, you stay confident. Someone is negative, you stay neutral. Someone is jealous, you stay grounded. Someone is dramatic, you stay distant. Someone is chaotic, you stay structured. Someone tries to provoke, you stay silent. Why? Because emotional immunity means you filter everything before letting it enter your mind. You ask, is this mine or theirs? Does this matter or is this noise? Will this help me or harm me? Emotionally immune people do not resist the world. They simply stop internalizing it. They let the world pass through them without sticking to their spirit. And when nothing sticks, nothing shakes. This is emotional immunity. This is mental freedom. This is unshakable strength. Chapter 16, the mind that chooses its battles. Not every battle deserves your energy. Not every conflict deserves your presence. Not every situation is worth your reaction. Weak minds fight everything. Strong minds fight selectively. Unshakable minds fight almost nothing, because they understand something most people never learn. The battles you choose determine the life you live. Most people are mentally exhausted, not because life is difficult, but because they bleed energy on meaningless battles, arguing with people who won't change, responding to petty comments, trying to prove themselves to the insecure, explaining their value to the blind, fighting to be understood by the closed-minded, getting involved in drama that has no purpose, reacting to negativity that doesn't belong to them. The unshakable mind has mastered the art of strategic silence. They ask one question before reacting. Does this battle move me forward? If the answer is no, they disengage instantly. No guilt, no hesitation, no emotional reaction, just silence and distance. Your real strength is not shown in how many battles you win. It is shown in how many battles you are wise enough to walk away from. An unshakable mind does not defend its worth to everyone. It demonstrates it through action, discipline, and presence. Let people talk. Let people misunderstand. Let people assume. Let people create stories. You stay calm. You stay focused. You stay strategic. You choose your battles the way a king chooses wars. The way a surgeon chooses cuts. The way a visionary chooses opportunities. With intention, with precision, with wisdom. Your mind cannot rise while being pulled in every direction. Choose your battles, or the world will choose them for you and steal your peace. Chapter 17. The power of long horizon thinking. Most people quit not because they lack ability, but because they lack patience. They want results now, they want change now. They want success now, they want rewards now, they want transformation now. Their minds are trained for short-term gratification, quick dopamine, quick validation, quick distraction, quick wins, quick shortcuts. But greatness, real greatness, requires something rare. Long horizon thinking. The mindset that says, I'm not building for today, I'm building for the next 5 to 10 years. This instantly separates you from the world. Because while everyone is chasing immediate relief, you are chasing permanent evolution. While others quit because results are slow, you stay because results are inevitable when discipline is consistent. The unshakable mind sees far, very far. It knows that small progress compounds, small habits compound, small efforts compound, small improvements compound, and over time, compounding becomes unstoppable. A weak mind asks, how long will this take? An unshakable mind asks, how far can I go if I don't stop? A weak mind says, I'm tired. An unshakable mind says, I'm building something timeless. A weak mind wants applause. An unshakable mind wants mastery. A weak mind wants fast results. An unshakable mind wants lasting results. Your future changes when your horizon expands. Do not build a life for the next month. Build a life for the next decade. Build a mind for the next lifetime. Because the person who thinks long-term always outruns the person who thinks short-term. Patience is not waiting. Patience is strategy. Patience is not passive. Patience is power. Patience is not weakness. It is the ability to stay focused long after others lose interest. The longer your horizon, the stronger your mind. Chapter 18, the mental code of self-mastery. There is a code to building an unshakable mind. Not rules, not commandments, a code. An internal contract you sign with yourself. Once you adopt this code, your life transforms from the inside out. Here is the code: I do not run from uncomfortable truths. If something scares me, I face it. If something exposes me, I learn from it. If something challenges me, I grow from it. I do not negotiate my standards. My boundaries are non-negotiable. My self-respect is non-negotiable. My peace is non-negotiable. My growth is non-negotiable. I do not explain my worth. People who cannot see it are not the audience I build for. I do not allow others to define me. Opinions are noise. Truth is clarity. I do not break discipline for emotion. My feelings do not dictate my actions. I do not fear being alone. Silence is power. Solitude is growth. I do not chase what is not meant for me. I attract by becoming, not by begging. I do not hide from failure. Failure is training. I do not respond to disrespect. My silence is my shield. I do not betray myself for approval. I choose me every single time. This is the mental code that turns fragile minds into iron. Each line is a vow. Each vow is a weapon. Each weapon fortifies your mindset. Most people break themselves by breaking their own code. The unshakable mind does not betray itself, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's unpopular, even when it's lonely, even when it's painful. Self-mastery begins with self-agreement. Once you align your mind with who you want to become, the world no longer controls you. You control yourself, and that is the highest form of freedom. Chapter 19. The rebirth of your identity. There comes a moment in every powerful journey when you must confront the deepest truth. You cannot build a new life with the identity of your old self. Your identity is not your name, not your past, not your mistakes, not your achievements. Identity is the story you repeatedly tell yourself about who you are. If that story is weak, your life becomes weak. If that story is small, your decisions become small. If that story is fearful, your actions become fearful. If that story is limiting, your results become limiting. To rise, you must rewrite the story. Not by lying to yourself, but by creating truth through action. Identity shifts when you keep promises to yourself. Build habits that reflect your future. Remove people who reflect your past. Choose discipline over emotion. Replace old narratives with new direction. Act like the person you want to become. Think like the person you want to become. Decide like the person you want to become. Live like the person you want to become. Identity is not discovered. Identity is designed. You do not find yourself. You build yourself. When you change your identity, you change your choices. When you change your choices, you change your habits. When you change your habits, you change your direction. When you change your direction, you change your destiny. Identity is the root. Life is the fruit. To transform your life, transform your identity first. And once the identity becomes unshakable, the world can no longer tell you who you are, because you already know. Chapter 20, The Unshakable Mind, The Final Awakening. This is the moment the entire journey has led to. Everything you've learned, everything you've faced, everything you've challenged, everything you've released, everything you've embraced has brought awakening and attention. A mind that moves with intention. A mind that moves but reacts. A mind that fears but still acts. A mind that hurts but still rises. A mind that is pressured. A mind that is challenged. A mind that is supported. A mind that is misunderstood but not excluded. A mind that is loved. This is the mind. An unshakable mind. I feel know the battles that built them. And the final closing message to all, before this ends, I want you to imagine something. It's 1 year from today, standing in front of a mirror. The person that back thinks differently, moves differently. They don't flinch when pressure comes. They don't break in chaos. They don't shrink without this. That person, that unshakable version of you, is possible. Not someday. Starting today. The question is, will you meet them? Or will you keep being who you were before you press play? You've reached the end of this audiobook. But understand something. This isn't the end of your transformation. It's the beginning. The mind you've built in the last hour is powerful, but it needs to be sharpened, tested, expanded. If this audiobook strengthened your mind, subscribe now and stay connected for the next chapter of your transformation. Echoverse Audiobooks. Listen, imagine, transform. Also, please comment what part you liked most and you feel changed in you. See you with next such powerful video which will make you better version of yourself.